Okay, so yeah, I already had my first flub. Awesome. I am proud of that. I forgot to unmute myself. So hey guys, how's it going? I'm glad to see everybody in chat. So yeah, we're trying this out, doing the vlog live and see how it goes and all that kind of thing. So I don't know, just trying something different. You know, just I've been doing technically this for about 2 years now, and I didn't really start getting serious about it till like last year when we started doing the Ohmies and stuff like that. I started dedicating more time to doing videos, doing reviews. I need to get back into DIY stuff. I keep saying it and I keep not actually going through with it, but it is what it is. Yeah. So let me do some quick shout outs to everybody that is free enough to join me. I appreciate you guys, seriously. User Abuser, dude, you have been following me forever. I don't even know how far back I've seen your name, but thank ya. Right there, Grim Green style. All right, Erica Vapes, part of our moderating team and our awesome thumbnail maker and all that kind of thing. Mike, the vaping ape, dude, what is up? How you doing? You're not at work, so I know you're kind of like enjoying your time off or your downtime for now. For now, I know that nightlife, dude. Shane Oakley, how you doing, buddy? Jacoby Vapes, another guy that lives that nightlife. He's up all night too, just like me and Mr. Mike. AO Vapes, that's another dude. He's been around and all that kind of thing, and I see him here and there. I appreciate you, dude. Mr. Thick Nick, how are you doing, man? How is life treating you? I saw the vape show last night while I was at work, and I wish I would have been able to see it live. Because that whole bit where you said if you heard anybody else say that they're going to say vaping, you're going to kick them in the ass. I really wanted to type in there, let's say vaping, just to mess with you a little, but that's just about it. All right. Cool. Thank you, everybody. Let's see. So, yeah, okay. So we're going to do the atypical stuff I do for the vlog, just kind of doing it live, so any mess ups and stuff like that, you get to actually watch them. If I get a little pissy, I get a little pissy. Like, you guys don't actually get to see how much I cut out of the vlog whenever like I'm reading articles and I start getting really aggravated and stuff. Sometimes I've even cut out full parts of the video. Jump cuts are an amazing thing. All right, let me see. Let's see. What's good? Yeah, and that's part of why I'm doing this, Shane Oakley. A lot of people were like, dude, why don't you do the vlogs live? I mean, and honestly, it kind of like frees up my Mondays a little bit, so it helps out. Because my Monday's my day off, so that tends to be my recording day. We do a bunch of other stuff, and we just kind of power through all that. So this just makes it a little bit easier. All right, so I'm going to jump into some what I've been vaping, and then I'm going to change it up a little bit, and I'm going to do beer after what I've been vaping so I can get into this guy because I'm excited about it. And honestly, normally I get up in between those parts to go get the beer so it's nice and cold, but I don't want this to like get warm and all that for me sitting here. All right. Subaru Nerd Vapes. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Subaru Nerd Vapes. I'm really bad at reading, as you guys probably have noticed from all of my videos. All right, so let's jump into some what I've been vaping. All right, so what I've been vaping. We're going to start off with this guy. This guy right here. What is this? Number 40, Dull Dime. Yeah, Twisted Messes V1. Yeah, Twisted Messes V1. And that's Trickster tip, the Dat Money Dough trip. I just like that whole look, honestly. It makes me so happy. In that, I got Psycho Curler. The first time I got this mod, the first juice I got to try it was Psycho Curler, and for some reason I just feel like that combo just needs to stay together forever. But yeah, because I really don't think I've vaped anything out of this other than Psycho Curler. It's just been that staple completely. Like, I think I'm on bottle like number 4 or 5 of Psycho Curler. And seriously, if you guys have not tried it, go hit up Deep Cuts. Go help out Vinyl and Vapor. Dude is an awesome guy. If you ever meet him at a show, you'll know what I'm talking about. Just the mellowest dude ever. Just so fucking relaxed. Even when he's being like silly and stuff, he's like all mellow about it. It's like the weirdest thing, but I love it. I love it. What up, Shane? I'm trying to read like the messages here. Okay, I said it right. All right, up next, I got the plug with my custom CS Woods Juma doors, which seriously, Chris, if you're watching the replay or if you're out there watching right now, amazing work, dude. And on top of that, I have the Citadel. And in that, I got Karango from Transistor. Yeah, I'm wearing my Transistor hat this week. I change my hats every week, if you don't notice. Yeah, I got Karango, which, seriously, mango caramel. You'd think it'd be the oddest fucking combination ever, but it's amazing. It makes me happy. Just really good. Oh my god, just so delicious. Yeah, dude, Coil Turk Coils and his liquid. If you guys haven't tried Coil, was it a liquid for vaping? Go pick it up. Seriously. I actually do have it on clownvapes.com if you guys want to go pick it up for me. If not, go straight to the source and go to hit a Beecher and he will get you set up straight, you know. I still got a lot of stuff to add to the store, which I'm still working on. I'm slowly getting everything together and just set up. Is just trying to get all the product just set up is just kind of, it's a bit of work. All right, let me see. Oh yeah, Erica Vape. Seriously, the transistor juices. I think that's the only one I've tried so far. I have a couple more that I picked up at NVE, but I straight went for the Karango. I was like, I don't care. I really don't care. All right, next I got the Dead Goat on top of my Titan 2700 edition with the chop top on top. Like seriously, look at that. Let's see. Is it gonna focus? Yeah, stupid camera. Either way. Really I'm really liking that whole chop top thing. Don't know why. When they first came out and I would see the stubbies off of Half Moon mods and stuff like that, I was like, those are stupid. They're so small, they're so tiny. I'm not gonna like it. Guess what? I drank the Kool-Aid. Alrighty, so in that I have M-Turk's Turkish Maze. Seriously, another cool dude. Just seriously, I got to meet a lot of these people at NVE. Very, very cool mellow people. Like, it's really insane. And like, I mean, Nick knows all of them and he would tell me stories and yeah, they're all true. So if you ever hear stories from Nick or me or James or Dan or any of the Ohmies, you know, Swaggins, PoonSauce, any of the stories, they're true. Just letting you know. All right, let's see, what is it going? Yeah. All right, so yeah, Turkish Maze, Dead Goat. If you haven't picked one up yet, I still have the review coming up, but seriously, I've said it before, spoilers, just pick one up. And lastly, I'm going to go with the Warlock's Guardian because, you know what? It's Warlock Wednesday. You got to have one of those. And on top of that, Axial, another chop top. Just look at that matchy game right there. Honestly, I think I should have gotten this in stainless steel so it would have worked completely with that. I just was not planning on putting it on top of this. So, you know, it is what it is. And in that, I got from the Gathering Vapor Lounge, I got Witch's Brew. Which is this, again, Nightshade. Which is their like pitch black or whatever the hell Mountain Dew. Oh my god, I'm in trouble. Like, I've had to like really stop myself from finishing this. Like, I have to like pace myself with it or else it'd be gone by now. Oh yeah, forget DNA boards, they like cut off. Or they turn off in their own weird way. All right, so that was what I've been vaping. Lots of good stuff. And let's see what we got going on. Let me see. Candy Vlogger. Look at the Amit MTL RTA. Yeah, I don't know. I've been thinking about moving on to some MTL RTA stuff, but I am full on clouds, bro, clouds kind of guy. Pod systems. That's why I like the Orion. That's why I like the Mi Pod, because they're like fully open. Like restrictive lung hits instead of just mouth to lung. As a smoker, I was not a mouth to lung smoker. I was actually a direct lung smoker, and I used to smoke Camel Wide's direct lung. And when I tell people that story, they're like, "Are you crazy?" And I was doing about 2 packs a day about that. So it does crack me up thinking about like how bad I was at it, and I was on the right path to a short grave. Just saying. Alrighty, so let's see. We're gonna go into beer. All right, beer. All right, so today's selection is from New Holland Brewing. Dragon's Milk. If you guys watch my videos, I am a stout guy, and this is no exception. This is a orange chocolate bourbon barrel aged stout with natural flavors. All right, so yeah, it says roasted, malty, smooth. And I will say 11 ABV. I should have ate before I do this. I do this to myself every time. I start doing the vlog stuff and I start working and I forget to get food. And then I remember there's a beer coming up and then I start feeling the beer. All right, let's get this guy open. All right, let's see how this looks. Honestly, that's what I like to see in a stout right there. It's so dark, you cannot see through it. Okay, so yeah, that orange hits you right away. So this is going to be interesting. Oh, dude. Oh, shoot. I feel like I should have I should have brought out the setup with the orange in it. Whatever. It is what it is. We're just going to continue on. Yeah, I'm mostly just getting that orange. It's just like a full-on punch of orange. There's like nothing else behind it. Yeah, it's just like a full-on citrus smell, which is like throwing me off because I'm looking at a stout, but it's reminding me more of like an IPA smell without like the hoppiness behind it. Does that make any sense? Okay, so yeah, it's oddly good. It's very off-putting at a point, but then I'm liking it all at the same time. Like that citrus punch is kind of more like in the middle somewhere in there. You get like that chocolate initially, like you would in a stout. You get like that nice stout feel to it. And then like that orange sneaks up and then it goes back into the chocolate flavor. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. I'm liking it. Oh man. I don't know how to feel about that, but all right. I got 2-3 things we could pair this up with. Yeah, pretty much 2-3 things. First, we're going to go with Johnny Copper Vanilla Bourbon. Because, you know, bourbon, why not? Okay, yeah, that brought out the more of the bourbon taste. That brought out more of the orange kind of gets a little bit more punchy, but not in like a really horrible way. The chocolate was a little bit more muted. There was a bit more of a vanilla flavor kind of thing going on in there. It's pretty good. Let me see. Dude, hey, user abuser, dude, whatever floats your boat, honestly. Like, I actually am a whiskey guy. That's why I think I like stouts, because bourbon barrel stouts, they're my jam. Anything that says bourbon barrel or imperial and it says stout right behind it, I am right there. Like, I'm seriously a happy dude. Let's see. That sounds delicious. Yeah, the Berserker 1.5, I'm interested in doing that, man. I want to try that out. I heard, what is it, the dot 100 watt or whatever it's called. That one was pretty good. Or at least a buddy of mine was telling me that he's enjoying his. But, you know, it is what it is. All right, let's do the Psycho Curler and give that a try. Let's see. Yeah, that turned into just full on like vanilla. It got a lot sweeter. Oh, like the orange is completely dead. It's like, oh, okay, there it is. That's what I love about this kind of thing is like sometimes those flavors sneak up on you a little bit here and there. It gets a little bit interesting on how it all works out for you and all that kind of situation. Then we're going to go with the last safety one here, the Turkish Maize. Yeah, basically the same thing. it just turns into a nice punch of vanilla. Like even the chocolate's kind of dead in that, which is interesting enough because that was all I could taste initially. I'm gonna cleanse the palate. I kept some water on board this time. All right. Dude, oh, yeah, use your boozer. If you like rum, try mixing it with a nice peach tea. It's so delicious. All right, next we're going to go with the Carango setup. And this one's just more of an experimental one. If it tastes good, I'm going to be happy. If it don't, well, that sucks for me. Well, yeah, I knew it was going to be horrible. Initially, that caramel mixed in with it really, really well, but the mango came in and that just destroyed it completely. That was disgusting. All right, so no Carango with that one, so we got to watch that whenever I decide to take a sip. All right, so we're gonna press along here. Let me catch up on chat. All right, yeah, we're good to go. Yeah, let's move on to news and advocacy. All right, so advocacy. For all those that like follow my videos and have seen, you know, what I'm about and all that kind of thing. I'm very firm on the idea of, you know, and it's been one of those things that we've seen a million times and this and that, but we can't let somebody else do the work for us. If you really give a shit, you know, I'm not monetized, so I can cuss all I fucking want. If you give a shit, seriously, do something for yourself. Be aware of your local news. Be aware of what's going on around you. A lot of this stuff is very open-end knowledge, like what laws are on the books and all that kind of thing. You could seriously do the research. Yesterday, Eric Vinyl and Vapor did a whole thing on how strict is your state on vaping, and you could swipe up on the post and it would take you to this map, and you could click on your state and you could see what laws are already in place within your state and all that kind of situation. And I mean, I live in Texas right now. We're looking at a tobacco 21, which isn't the worst of things, but at the same time, it's still something that we have to deal with. Because here's the thing, at least for me, and I know like Nick would fully agree if he's still watching. I am a full on like tinfoil hat guy kind of person at this point. But if we give them just an inch, they're going to take that mile. And that's just how I feel all this like situational stuff happens, where we give them any leeway on anything, or if we're like, well, if we give them this, maybe they'll give us that. It doesn't really work that way. If we give them anything, they just move on. And then they decide, well, we already did this. Why not do this? I mean, with the age thing, I always feel that if they go to 21, what's to say tomorrow won't go to 25 to 30? You know, what's to say? I mean, I know a while back Hawaii was joking about 100, but what's to say that's not a reality for us? You know, it's one of those things, like, when are you adult enough to make decisions for yourself? I mean, if legally at 18 you can go to war for the country, if you can be tried as an adult, as you know, so many different things, but you can't make certain decisions and as an adult, I really think that is just completely horrible and completely out of line. Personally, that's just how I'm feeling about it. All right, so speaking of all that, let me bring up the chat here. I kind of lost it. Where did it go? Where'd you guys go? There you are. Hello, John S. Vapes GR. Carango doesn't pair well with anything. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Is there like such a thing as like a nice fruity IPA out there that it could go with? I don't know. That's kind of where I'm thinking. It'd probably be more like an IPA juice. Maybe. Alrighty. So let's move into some articles here. Let's see. Ohio school will randomly search students at for e-cigs. This is off of Superwire. This was posted earlier today. And let's see. So random searches. I mean, most of us here are old enough to remember random searches. I guess I looked gangbanger enough as a kid that at my high school, when I lived in California, I got randomly searched about 5 or so times. It didn't help that I had a sketch pad in my backpack and it had graffiti all over it. It got me in a lot of trouble because then they would try to like match my graffiti to whatever people were writing on the walls at school. So yeah, random backpack searches. I am not a stranger to them. Even as an adult, I've gotten random drug testing. It did not feel random. Yeah, I'm not even getting into that. I'm not getting into that. I feel like that's a wildly unfair thing. Let me see. Where did it go? All right. Here's hoping teenagers from Hamilton, Ohio enjoy their spring break when they return to school. The ones who experimented with vaping will face new layers of scholastic scrutiny, detailing new security measures that will take effect April 8th. Hamilton Superintendent Mike Holbrook sent out a letter to the families with children in the 7th through 12th grade, according to the Journal News. Holbrook wrote, trained school personnel will be conducting random searches of students. Those random searches will be ongoing for the foreseeable future. Random daily searches may be conducted and on any students with the use of metal detector device. These searches could be administered at any point during the school day. The searches may include students' property, lockers, vehicles, and additional items deemed necessary. Butler County school system officials announced stricter efforts to combat the recent rise in teen vaping, which former U.S. FDA Commissioner Scott Lieb called an epidemic. And there it is, that famous word at this point. As students return from spring break, a certain segment of the student body will be forced to endure searches of vaping via handle metal detectors. Hey, what's up, James? Stu Reps. I just looked down the chat right as I said that. I don't know. Okay, I get the whole random like metal detector check, but there are some things that are kind of plasticky. Kinda. Will it still catch on those? I mean, somewhere in the heap pile of my vape gear there is a jewel, and let me see. Don't people have the right to privacy, papers, and persons? Does that not apply to teens? No, teens have no rights, dude. It's one of those weird ones. As a parent, I believe I can police my children well enough. But at the same time, there are certain things where I kind of wish they weren't so lenient on, and there are some other things where I feel they are a little too overprotective on. And I understand like the idea of lawsuits and this and that, but I'm 33 years old. I come from an era where like bullying was a thing, but at least in my experience, it wasn't something that like they wholly protected me from. I wish they would have protected me slightly more, but I think they kind of went overboard on how they take it. Because at a point, boys will be boys, and if they need to duke it out, they need to duke it out. At a point, I feel like I'm really like one of those weird old school guys, and I'm sorry if you don't agree with me, but like I am very like, you are hardened by life experiences, and if you have no life experiences, then you don't have that hardened shell, and when you hit the adult world, the professional world, where nobody gives a fuck about your feelings, you're not going to be prepared for it, and you're not going to be ready for it. Because I mean, I've had people that I know are well beneath me be my bosses, and they degrade me, they make me feel like crap, but I am able to handle myself because I got torn apart as a child. I was bullied quite heavily, so I know how to handle myself in those situations. My children, on the other hand, I feel have been very protected, which is amazing for their psyche as children, is amazing for, you know, trying to keep their minds together. Because I mean, depression and suicide and all that thing in the teenage life tends to be one of those weird things that just is so fragile, and you forget how fragile it can be, but at the same time you do need a little bit of oomph, you know. It's so many things. Yeah, exactly, dude. Use your abuser. Bullying is somewhat of a rite of passage, and it sucks, and it's bullshit. And if you come out on the other side a better, stronger person, good for you. And I mean, I'm one of those people. I see myself as one of them. Because shit, I don't know why, but I was like in elementary school, I was like the #1 target. I don't know what I did to people, but I was the weird little kid with glasses, and apparently that was the reason for it. I still don't get it, but whatever. Like I said, I'm a hardened person for that. I know how to handle myself in a lot of situations, and I know how to like keep, for the most part, a calm head. I am a hot-headed person. I am extremely Hispanic, and we do live by the law of the machete in my family. And I have to forget that sometimes, because you can't really be running around hacking people's faces. That's how the law was in my parents' generation back in the home country. All right, so yeah, random backpack searches. It's one of those weird things. Like, I get it. Will it actually do anything? Who knows? We were good about sneaking fucking alcohol in school. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. We had a friend, we called him Blue because he always had a bottle of Sky Blue vodka. And seriously, we would buy like bottles of orange juice, mix it in with some vodka, and we had screwdrivers all day long. We were sloshed throughout school and high school. So I'm just saying, will it help? We'll see. It's one of those weird time will tell things. And kids are a lot smarter than most people give them credit for, honestly. They can be sneaky. They can be so like, they can be dicks. I don't discredit my children at any point, and when they're trying to be smartasses, I just got to set them straight here and there. All right, so I had one article ready, and then I got a contradicting article, mostly because it came out the day after. But apparently Hawaii was going to try to run a flavor ban this week. They were actually running on it, and they were going to try to push it through. And then it apparently flopped. So let's look at it. Hawaii flavored ban dead. A legislative committee, and this is off of Vape News. Shout out to my Vape News fam out there. Pound it. Let's see. Legislative committee in Hawaii has effectively scuttled SB 1009, a proposed flavor ban introduced last month. How long the proposal will stay down for remaining or re-imitating in some new form to shamble through the legislature again remains to be seen. SB 1009, or whatever you want to call it, was the Aloha State's first effort to deny adults taste or aromas relating to any candy, chocolate, vanilla, honey, fruit. Nobody vapes honey. Nobody wants to vape. It tastes like cat piss. Cocoa, coffee, dessert, alcohol, beverages, menthol, mint, wintergreen, herb, or spice. See, yeah, I'm sorry, like, the chat caught my eye, so let me see, no, yeah, and I get that, dude, like, it happens. Oddly enough, my school was nice to new kids. Oddly enough. I think you have to be there for a while for them to fuck with you. I think they had to know how crazy you were before they could mess with you or something. Eventually, in junior high, I snapped, and that's when the bullying stopped. That was kind of fun. I see the committee deferred SB 1009 or 1009 and instead passed along a different bill, which instead of banning flavors would increase the dollar amount of fines assessed for underage persons of nicotine underage possession of nicotine products, while rising taxes in vapor products. Speaking on twin proposals, State Representative Scott Motoyoshi supported the increase in fine amount, but said, "I don't feel like the rights of adults to smoke flavored e-liquid outweighs our obligation to protect the kids getting addicted to a substance that is made to be addicting." Okay, I could continue this, but here's the thing. And this is just like one of those weird things of like, I am really for when it comes to like policies about, what your kids do, how they're disciplined and things like that. It's entirely up to the parents. And I feel a lot of parents are very lazy and would rather have somebody else do it for them. And I call bullshit. And that pisses me off. And it sets me the hell off because I am a parent. And you know what? I am a very hands-on person. My kids, for the most part, know how to behave. They know how to act. They're at home. They're jackasses because they're home. And that's just how that goes. But at the same time, you can't, I just don't want somebody else telling me how to raise my children. That's one of those things that just sets me off. I don't care to hear somebody else's opinion. Your way of doing things isn't my way of doing things, and I don't care to have you telling me how to do things. Now, when it comes to the vaping thing, where are the parents in all this? And I've said this a million times by now. Like, I'm really getting tired of even repeating myself on this, but where are the parents in all this? Where have they been? What are they doing? Where are your kids getting the money for this shit? I understand if they find somebody to buy it for them, but where the fuck are they getting the money for this shit? You know, how much is their allowance or something? I personally don't even believe in allowance. I understand giving them lunch money for school and stuff like that, which understandable. Like, I grew up in California and I did have like government meals. I don't know, James, you're out there. Maybe you know what I'm talking about, but I don't know if anybody else knows what I'm talking about. But like here in Texas, you got to pay for your kids' meals or you send them off with the lunch. And it's one of those weird things of, so I don't mind giving them money for lunch, but even then you could set up an account where you just put money into it and that's all they get to spend is on food and that's it. So where the hell are they getting this money from? You know, if they have a job as a teenager, fine, whatever. That's perfectly understandable. I see, Clown, you and I are on the same page about this. Yeah, pretty much. Dude, I get ranty when it comes to the whole kids thing, mostly because I'm a parent and I see the difference, you know? Let me see. Same here. I went through 26 different foster homes before I got adopted. So, yeah, childhood was yeah, sorry to hear that, man. Sorry to hear that, STU rep. Yeah, it sucks. And it turns into one of those things, but, you know. Let me see. Parents these days don't want to believe their kids can do wrong. Oh, yeah, seriously. That is one of those increasingly factual things. And here's the thing. I think my kids are little shits. I love them to death. But I think they're little shits. I just don't discredit any stupid thing that they do. I mean, my son has been having some issues with being bullied in school. But the first question that came out of my mouth was, what did he do? Because the kid doesn't know when to quit. He doesn't know when to stop bugging people. And, you know, here at home, it's home. He gets to be himself. But I'm like trying to teach him decorum around humans that can't tolerate that kind of shit. You know, it's trying to like in certain situations, I have to act differently. It's one of those things like if you're in a professional setting, you have to act in a professional setting. If you're with your friends, you act like you're with your friends. It's one of those things you have to like differentiate and separate all that, you know? Oh, okay. Stu. Okay. So Stu rep. All right. Cool. Nice. So yeah, back to like my whole point is parents don't really want to like be in charge of their children. They have children. I don't know if they even wanted to have them in the first place, but they have children and then they don't want to like take over all that. Yeah, no, yeah, I've heard of like parents that give their kids credit cards. And I mean, I think if like, you know, and that's the thing, like I wouldn't give my kid that. She has a phone and I'm not even happy about that, to be honest, but she needs it because they live in a different area and she needs to be able to get a hold of us in case of any emergency. But then like my like I said, I'm an old school kind of guy. I didn't get my first cell phone until I was 17. And that's because I could pay my part of the bill. It wasn't because of anything else. I actually had to like talk my dad into letting me get a fucking cell phone. My mom, on the other hand, didn't even want me to have a cell phone. So that says anything about my upbringing. My parents are like very old school, strict, Irish Catholic style, strict. So, you know, doing half of the crap I've done as an adult is just beyond me on how I've gotten away with it. Yeah, I don't get the whole tablet with, like, if you're at a grocery store and you see kids with a tablet, it's like, what the hell is wrong with you? But yeah, it's one of those things. And let's continue this whole thing. This one's called Report Taxes Not Effective at Reducing Teen Vaping. According to research reported by Lindsay Stroud, State Governor Relations Manager in Pennsylvania, 30% of wholesale vapor tax is not only failing to curb underage vaping, the trend is in fact increased since tax went into effect. Using Pennsylvania as an example, since the state's 40% wholesale tax went into effect, survey have tracked youth use of vapor products. The 2015 Pennsylvania Youth Survey found 15.5% of middle school and high school students had used vapor products. Within the previous 30 days, the 40% wholesale tax was implemented by Pennsylvania in 2016. The 2017 Pennsylvania Youth Surveys found that not only had vapor products used by minors not decreased, it actually increased to 16.3% overall. And that's one of those things. Like I've said this on so many different platforms that I have, like, you know, with the Ohmies, with Wolfbite, on my channel. Just because you do something to discourage them doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna work. I grew up with Dare. I grew up with like Smoke Free, whatever. I grew up with Kick Butts campaign. I grew up with so many different things in my face. Guess what? I still picked up a fucking cigarette at 13. That did not stop me. That did not deter me. And I mean, I completed Dare like by the 5th grade. So I at least had a couple of years to mull over that one. And even like in health class, they talked to us about drugs and the dangers, and tobacco was one of those ones that came up, and they tell you all the things that happen, and they even show you pictures of diseased lungs and all sorts of things. And like they even show you the video with the lady with the trach ring and the cat lady and all that kind of stuff. And you know what? It did not stop me one fucking bit. So if you want to tell me that really is gonna, like, any deterrent you create is really gonna stop teens from doing anything, you're full of shit. Honestly, if anything, you know what? Go after the fucking parents. I feel terrible for saying that, but in reality, like I said earlier, where are the parents in this? Where are they? What are they doing that they cannot control their children? They are not aware of where their children are at. And it just turns into one of those things of just a circle of questions. And what the hell, you know? Stu Rep says, Dare was an awesome program growing up. Man, memories. Here's the thing I found really odd about Dare. They taught us how to make crack cocaine. I don't get that. And maybe I'm going to get like this video striked and I lose lives again. But they taught us how to make that. And it was the weirdest thing ever. Like, we seriously, we watched the video on how to make it. And to me, to this day, that baffles me. When I was a kid, that threw me off. And it's one of those weird things of like, why would they do that? Sort of, Mike, is definitely about money, but government doesn't want to lose the tobacco money. For sure, dude. That's really what it boils down to. It's the tobacco money and the pharmaceutical money. You got to keep that in mind. The tobacco money is something, but the pharmaceutical money is a lot more than we put it credit into. I've said it. I keep repeating myself on the whole. I said it before, but I feel like I'm repeating myself at this point. If you go to Grim Green's videos, you go to the 510 report, he actually goes into full detail on who donates to who and what money goes to where and whose fingers in whose pocket and who's tickling whose butt. Damn, dude, you're hardcore, Joshua. Oh, man. But yeah, so that's one of those weird things where, like, a lot of these groups, if you ever watched the movie Thank You for Smoking, as much as it's a fictional movie, it puts a lot of this stuff into perspective, and it lets you know, it kind of gives you a real insight on what's going on. Because I mean, like, it's about a lobbyist for the tobacco industry, and he keeps talking about how, like, these anti-smoke groups, they want to keep people smoking because that increases their budgets, that keeps them around a little longer. Because I mean, if everybody stops smoking, everybody stops all this all at once, tobacco-free kids, what are they going to do? What will they have at that point? Tell me at that point. What will they have? They lose their budget, they lose their company or what have you, their organization. They lose everything. So why would they want kids off of cigarettes? I mean, in all reality. And like, I don't know, it's one of those things, like, it's just aggravating me. Like, they talk about how we do child appealing labels and this and that, but you know, they made like several commercials using puppets. How is that not child appealing? You want to tell me how that is not child appealing? I don't get that. It's about the most dumbfounding thing, and it just irks me and it sets me off because I don't get it. It's kind of like, you know, we're not supposed to do tobacco ads and stuff on TV or like most media that is easily accessible to children. But then you hear like ads for like certain vape products, you know, like the Juul. Can't remember what the other one is called, like the Views, I think it is, or it's another like pod system thing. I just can't remember what the hell it's called, but I've seen like several ads for them, and I'm all like, what the hell is this? I thought we aren't allowed to use mainstream media as an outlet to advertise, you know? They will have a ban on the next big fad. Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, Tide Pods was a thing about a year and a half ago or so. But yeah, like I said, this is all very frustrating and aggravating and annoying, and it just irks me. As a person, as a vapor, as an individual that found something that scientifically has been proven to be 95% safer, and here in the US 98% safer. Sorry, let me see. San Fran has a bill to ban any and all vape products. It cannot pass. We're fucked. We're all fucked anyways, but we're fucked. Yeah. And that's one of those things. As you know, I grew up in California. I still see myself as a Californian and all that kind of thing. And it's one of those things, like, it makes me sad to see that my home state is like that, and it makes no sense to me, because they're all about harm reduction. This is harm reduction, but again, it's the money. It just goes back to the money. That's all it really is. It's just the money and where the trail goes, and who's riding the puppet. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm getting a little aggravated if you can't tell. All right. We're gonna call it. It's been like 40 minutes or so. I think I did pretty good. I didn't mess up a whole lot, and I just had a little flub at the beginning with the audio, which I forgot that I muted myself, but there was a reason for that. And yeah, thank you everybody for joining me. Seriously, this was fun. I actually enjoyed it. So for sure, we're gonna continue this. I know it's a little early in the day and all that kind of jazz, but this just kind of works for my personal schedule. And even then, hey, tonight at 7:30 my time, 7:30 CST, which if you're in the East Coast, it's 8:30. If you're Mountain Time, it's 6:30. If you're in the West Coast, 5:30. Go check out PoonSauce's channel. He's going to be doing some advocacy talk, and he's going to be rocking it. Seriously, guys, go check him out. Go check out James's channel, Frames Janklin Vaper. He just put up the Sonnet review. Mine will be out later this week, so you get both of our opinions on that one, which I'm excited. Like, I honestly could watch his video, so I'm gonna probably do that here in a bit, and you know, all that kind of thing, and see what his opinions on it were, and see how great we kind of mesh up. Like, I feel like for the most part, me and James are kind of within the same vaping realm, but not really, if that makes any sense. James, you know what I'm talking about. And what else? Yeah, go check out Clown Crew if you haven't joined. That's my personal group. Vaping with the Ohmies on Facebook. That's our Vaping with the Ohmies group. Answer the questions, please. We hate nothing more than people that just get on and don't answer questions. It's kind of annoying because we just let you sit there. We had one guy that just, one of the questions just answered pardon, which made no sense to me. But what's it called? Then what else? Wolf Bite. We are on Saturdays at noon on Vape Radio and Sundays at 9. And all replays are on SoundCloud. And as I've been saying for a bit now, I'm trying to work to get all the episodes that I have recorded on my computer onto my YouTube channel, so you guys can actually see what stupid faces we make while we're on doing the show. And what's it called? Yeah, I think, oh yeah, go check out clownvapes.com. We got all new stuff, and I'm still adding things, and it's been about the most time consuming thing ever, but I am just too excited to stop, honestly. All right. Oh yeah, Mr. Just Right One, you made it. Let's see. Last shout outs to people that made it last minute. Overdrip, Stu Rep, Mike, Joshua, Apathy, Miller. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Mr. Just Right. Ohm.My.Lanta. Hold me close, Ohm.My.Lanta. Texas Cloud Town. Yeah, you are all amazing, beautiful people. Seriously. John S. Vapor GR. If you're still around. Cody Vulgar? I don't, sorry if I'm mispronouncing your first name here. I'm really shit with names anyways. All right. So that was everybody. And, you know, as always, as I say, yeah, I really like this hat. I don't know about this bit right here. It's cool, but then it's a little bit too much for me because I'm a very simplistic guy. But still, I like that. And then look at that little UFO on that side. There's nothing on that side, but still, it's a nice hat. I like to thank PoonSauce for the hat. All right, guys. So, as always, thank you, and vape on, mix on.